You're in the waiting room right now. You can hear your name being prepared. You can feel that your appointment is close. But the waiting room is where God does His deepest work. Because what He's preparing on the other side of that door requires a version of you that only the waiting room can build. If this sound reached your heart, hit subscribe. More music like this drops every week. Wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart, and wait for the Lord. Psalm 27 verse 14.
The waiting room is the space between the prayer and the answer, the space between the promise and the fulfillment, the space where nothing seems to be happening, but everything is being arranged. And God has you in the waiting room right now, not because He forgot your name, but because what's being prepared behind the door can't be rushed or rearranged. The waiting room is where patience gets built, where trust gets tested, where the version of you that walked in is not the version that will walk out the other side. Nobody likes the waiting room. The magazines are old, the clock moves slow, and everyone else seems to get called before you, but your appointment hasn't been denied. Abraham waited 25 years in the waiting room between the promise and Isaac. The room didn't mean rejection, it meant preparation for the life. And the waiting room says your name is on the list and the doctor hasn't forgotten. He's preparing something that requires this specific time in the strife. Wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart tonight. And the waiting room is building what the fast track couldn't build in the light. The waiting room, my name is on the list and the appointment hasn't been canceled. It's just being prepared behind a door I can't see it. The waiting room, the space between the prayer and the answer is not empty. It's under construction and it's the best thing I could get. Yeah. Everyone else seems to get called first, but my appointment requires more preparation than a quick visit. The waiting room, and what God is building behind that door is worth every minute I've been sitting in it. Joseph spent 13 years in the waiting room between the dream and the throne. The pit and the prison were the waiting chairs, not the destination of his story. Moses spent 40 years in the desert waiting room before the burning bush called his name. The sheep were the waiting room, not the glory. Hey, the woman with the issue of blood spent 12 years in the waiting room of every doctor who couldn't help until she touched the hem in the crowd and felt the surge. Hey, and the waiting room says every person who received something great from God sat in the room first before the merge. Your waiting room is almost over, the door is about to open. Hey, and the nurse is about to call your name with the chart in her hands tonight. Hey, and the waiting room says stand up, your appointment is ready. forgotten. My name is called. The door is opening. The room built patience. The wait built trust. The waiting room did what it must. The waiting room. The door just opened and my name was just called. And the thing that was being prepared behind that door is bigger than anything I imagined. While I was sitting in the chair, the waiting room, and the 13 years, the 40 years, the 12 years of waiting all make sense now. Because what God prepared required that time to get there. From every minute I sat in the waiting room, watching everyone else get called, thinking my appointment was lost or canceled or given to someone else by mistake. The waiting room, my name was just called, and the door is open, and what's on the other side was worth every minute of the wait. The waiting room, the waiting room, the waiting room, my name was called. A tightrope walker performs 60 feet in the air. One wrong step means falling, but the safety net below changes the meaning of every step, from suicide to spectacle. And God stretched a safety net beneath your life before you ever climbed the ladder. The net was there before the wrist began, and the fall was always catchable. The safety net doesn't prevent the fall, it catches you after the fall. And the difference between destruction and recovery is the net that waits below in the dark. You've been walking a tightrope for months. Finances, health, relationships, every step uncertain, but the net has been beneath you from the start. The righteous may fall 7 times, but they rise again. And the rising is only possible because the net caught the fall before it reached the ground of no return. And the safety net says, fall if you must, I'm here. And the landing will be softer than you expected when you learn. The righteous may fall 7 times, but they rise again tonight. And the safety net catches every fall before it reaches the ground in the light. The safety net. I've been walking a tightrope, terrified of falling, not knowing there's a net beneath me that God stretched before I climb. The safety net. The fall doesn't end in destruction because the net catches what my balance couldn't hold in the time. 7 times the righteous fall, but 7 times they rise because the net is always there below the wire. The safety net. And the God who stretched the net never lets me hit the floor even when I tire. Peter fell off the tightrope on the water sinking, but the safety net was the hand of Jesus reaching down before the sea could swallow him alive. Jonah fell off the tightrope of obedience, running the opposite direction, but the safety net was a fish that caught him before the ocean took his dive. The prodigal son fell off the tightrope of his inheritance, wasted everything, hit the bottom of a pig pen. But the safety net was a father watching the road every single day. And the safety net says the fall is real, but the net is realer. And the God who catches you doesn't ask how you fell before. He grabs your way. Your fall already happened, or your fall is happening now, but the net is there. You're not going to hit the ground tonight. and the safety net says let go of the wire. The net will hold you, and the bounce back is going to be greater than the high. The safety net. I've been walking the tightrope, terrified of falling, not knowing there's a net beneath me that God stretched before I climbed. The safety net. The fall doesn't end in destruction, because the net catches what my balance couldn't hold in the time. I fell, but I bounced. The net held every ounce stretched before I ever climbed. The safety net was there the whole time. The safety net. I just fell off the tightrope, and instead of hitting the ground, I landed in a net that got stretched beneath me. Before I even knew I was going to lose my balance, the safety net. And the fall that I thought would end, everything was caught by a net so strong that the bounce back launched me higher than the wire with a new balance. From every fall I feel thinking there was nothing beneath me, and one wrong step would destroy everything I built on the line. The safety net was there the whole time, and the fall I dreaded became the bounce that changed everything. And the net held fine. The safety net. Oh, the safety net. The net was always there. Everyone reads your story and thinks they know the whole book. They see the chapter you're living and assume that's all there is to your pages and your spine. But there's an untold chapter, one that hasn't been published yet, one that God wrote in advance, and when it drops it rewrites everything in the storyline. The untold chapter is the part of your testimony that hasn't happened yet, the part that makes the painful chapters make sense in the narrative flow. The untold chapter is why the author allowed chapter 7 to be so dark, because chapter 12 needed the contrast to show the glow. Nobody reads a book and judges the entire story by chapter 3, but you've been judging your life by the chapter you're currently stuck inside. And the untold chapter says keep reading. The best writing in this book hasn't been released. It's been scheduled by the author and it hasn't arrived. He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion tonight. And the untold chapter is the completion that the current chapter can't see from its height. The untold chapter. People think they know my whole story, but the chapter that changes everything hasn't been published yet, and it's almost ready. The untold chapter. The dark chapters were the setup, and the untold chapter is the payoff. And the author's hand is steady. Don't judge the book by the current page. The plot twist is coming. The redemption arc is being written right now behind the scenes. The untold chapter. And when it drops, it rewrites the meaning of everything in between the scenes. Ruth's untold chapter was Boaz. When she was gleaning in poverty, nobody could see the chapter where she becomes the great-grandmother of a king in the field. David's untold chapter was the throne. When he was hiding in caves, the published chapter said fugitive, but the untold chapter said ruler revealed. Lazarus's untold chapter was the resurrection. The published chapter said dead and buried, 4 days of a finished story. But the untold chapter said get up and walk outside. And the untold chapter says the story everyone thinks is finished has a chapter that hasn't been released. And the plot twist changes everything worldwide. Your current chapter is not the final chapter. The author is still writing, and the chapter that rewrites everything is in the final stages of editing tonight. And the untold chapter says the best part of your story hasn't been read by anyone yet, not even by you. And it's about to drop into the light. The untold chapter. People think they know my whole story, but the chapter that changes everything hasn't been published yet. And it's almost ready. The untold chapter. The dark chapters were the setup, and the untold chapter is the payoff. And the author's hand is steady. Not published, but written. Not released, but permitted. The author knows the ending plan. The untold chapter is close at hand. The untold chapter. The chapter that nobody has read just dropped, and the plot twist is so unexpected that every dark chapter now makes sense as the setup for this moment. The untold chapter, and the author who allowed the painful chapters was building toward a payoff so powerful that the whole story needed the dark atonement from every person who judged my story by the current chapter, and every voice that said the book is finished and the ending is written and done. The untold chapter just dropped, and the story is far from over, and the best chapter has only just begun. The untold chapter. The untold chapter. The untold chapter. The best part is next.
Every lock system has a password. Your breakthrough has a password. Your healing has a password. Your next chapter has a password. And God is about to whisper it into your spirit, because the door isn't locked against you. You just didn't have the password until tonight. Stay. The best song on this album is still ahead. Subscribe so you never miss one. Call to me, and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Jeremiah 33 verse 3.
Every system has a password, a sequence of characters that separates access from denial. And your next level has a password that the enemy doesn't want you to find. And God is the administrator of every system in your life. He created the password, He controls the access, and tonight He's giving you the code to unlock what's been confined. The password to Jericho was a shout on the seventh lap. No sword, no army, no battering ram. The password was the most illogical instruction that unlocked the wall so grand. The password to the Red Sea was a staff lifted over the water. The password to Goliath was a stone and a sling. The password never looks like what you planned. Jeremiah says, call to me and I will answer you and show you great and unsearchable things. Oh, the call is the password and the answer is the access that appears. And the password says, stop trying to hack your way in. The administrator is giving you the code and it's closer than your fears. Oh, call to me and I will answer you and show you unsearchable things tonight. Oh, and the password unlocks what force and logic couldn't open in the light. Oh, the password, the door I've been pushing against has a password, and God just whispered the code into my spirit. And the system is unlocking the password. The breakthrough isn't behind the wall, it's behind the login. And the administrator just gave me access, and it's shocking. The password was never force, never logic, never human strategy. It was always a whispered code from the creator of the whole design. The password and the system that was locked just accepted the code, and the access is mine. Naaman's password to healing was dipped 7 times in the Jordan. The password looked foolish, too simple, too ordinary, but the leprosy vanished when he entered the code. The disciples' password to provision was throw the net on the other side. The same water, the same net, the same boat, but the password changed everything on that road. Elijah's password to fire on the altar was a simple prayer, while Baal's prophets screamed all day. The loudest attempt failed, and the quietest password burped in the sky. And the password says, stop trying to force the door open. The code is simpler than you think, and the administrator is standing by. Your locked door has a password. It might be an act of obedience you've been avoiding, or a prayer you haven't prayed, or a step you haven't taken yet tonight. And the password is about to be revealed, because the administrator wants you inside, and the access is right. The password, the door I've been pushing against has a password, and God just whispered the code into my spirit. And the system is unlocking the password. The breakthrough isn't behind a wall, it's behind a login. And the administrator just gave me access, and it's shocking. The code whispered, the system unlocked, the door opened, the access unblocked. Not by force, not by might, by might. The password entered, access inside the password. The system just accepted the code, and the door that was locked for years just opened, because the administrator whispered the password into my spirit at the right time. The password and the code that unlocked everything was simpler than I expected. Not a war, but a whisper. Not a fight, but a faith that could climb. From every door I tried to break down with force and logic and human effort, not knowing the door had a password, and the administrator was waiting for me to ask. The password was whispered, and the door opened, and the access is granted, and I'm walking through at last. password, the password. Access granted. Access granted.
Yeah. The forecast said heavy rain for 7 days, total destruction, no clearing, no sunshine. Pack your bags, because the storm is going to be permanent on every screen. But the forecast was wrong. The sun came out on day 2. The rain stopped, the clouds parted, and the weatherman couldn't explain what he had seen. The forecast of your life said bankruptcy, divorce, failure, loneliness. The prediction was confident, and every indicator confirmed the worst was going to stay. But the forecast was wrong, because the weatherman of this world doesn't have access to God's satellite, and God's data says something different on this day. The enemy gives forecasts too. He predicts your downfall with confidence, shows you the radar, shows you the data, shows you the trajectory of the storm incoming fast. And the forecast was wrong, because the one who controls the weather has the final word. And his forecast says the storm has passed. Hey! He stilled the storm to a whisper, and the waves of the sea were hushed tonight. And the forecast that predicted destruction was wrong, because God changed the weather in the light. Oh, the forecast was wrong. Every prediction of my downfall was based on data that didn't include what God was about to do with the system. Hey. The forecast was wrong. The radar said permanent storm, but the sun of righteousness showed up, and the clouds had no choice but to listen. The weatherman of this world doesn't have God's satellites, and the data that predicted my end was missing the most important variable on the chart. Oh, the forecast was wrong, and the storm that was supposed to destroy me just got cancelled by the one who controls the weather of my heart. The forecast for the Red Sea said dead end, water ahead, army behind, no escape route visible on any map or military calculation. But the forecast was wrong, because the weatherman didn't predict a wind strong enough to split an ocean in the middle of the night for a nation. Hey. The forecast for David said giant winds. Every military analyst confirmed it. Size, strength, armor, weapons, experience, all pointed to Goliath taking the victory home. But the forecast was wrong. One stone, one sling, and the giant fell, because the forecast didn't factor in the throne. The forecast for the tomb said permanent, dead 3 days, sealed with the Roman stone, guarded by soldiers. Every indicator said the story is finished tonight. Oh, but the forecast was wrong. Sunday morning rewrote every prediction, and the tomb was empty in the light. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. The forecast was wrong. Oh. Every prediction of my downfall was based on data that didn't include what God was about to do with the system. Oh, the forecast was wrong. The radar said permanent storm, but the sun of righteousness
weather system overnight, and the sun is out. The forecast was wrong, and the storm that every indicator confirmed was permanent just dissolved, because the weatherman didn't know what God was about. From every forecast I believed that predicted the worst, every radar I stared at thinking the storm would never end, and the destruction was guaranteed. The forecast was wrong. The sun just came out and the weather changed, and the prediction of my downfall has been free. The forecast was wrong. The forecast was wrong. The forecast was wrong. The sun came out.
A tree spent years growing out the ground before it ever breaks the surface. The root system is invisible. Nobody applauds roots. Nobody photographs what's buried in the dark. But the root system is the reason the tree survives the storm. The deeper the roots, the taller the tree can grow. And your invisible season is building your bark. God has been growing your root system in the dark. The season where nothing seems to be happening above ground is the season where everything is happening below. The root system goes as deep as the tree goes tall. And the years you spent invisible were the years your roots went deep enough to hold what's about to show. Jeremiah says, blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord. He's like a tree planted by water, sending its roots by the stream. Its leaves are always green, and it does not fail to bear. And the root system says the invisible season produced the foundation that the visible season will stand on. The roots are built and the tree is almost there. Like a tree planted by water that sends out its roots by the stream tonight. And the root system that grew in the dark is about to hold the tallest height. Yeah. The root system, the years I spent invisible weren't wasted. They were the years my roots went deep enough to hold what God is about to build above the ground. The root system, nobody applauds roots. Nobody photographs what's buried. But the root system is the reason the tree survives when the wind comes around. The deeper the roots, the taller the tree. And the invisible season grew roots so deep that the visible season has no limits on how high it can climb. The root system and what grew in the dark is about to hold the tallest tree of my time. Hey. Jesus spent 30 years in obscurity, 30 years of root system, before 3 years of the most visible ministry the world has ever known from the ground. David spent years with sheep, invisible, unnoticed. Root system growing in the pasture before the throne made him the most visible king around. Moses spent 40 years in the desert. Root system tending sheep nobody would remember before the most visible exodus in human history.
that would resound. And the root system says the longer the invisible season, the greater the visible season. Because depth determines height, and the roots determine the crown. Your root system is almost complete. The underground season is ending, and the tree is about to break the surface, and the world is about to see what grew in the dark below. And the root system says everything that happened underground was preparation for the height you're about to reach and the show. The root system, the years I spent invisible weren't wasted. They were the years my roots went deep enough to hold what God is about to build above the ground. The root system, nobody applauds roots, nobody photographs what's buried, but the root system is the reason the tree survives when the wind comes around. Yeah. Deep roots, tall tree, the dark root, what you'll see. Underground first, then the sky. The root system is the reason why. The root system, the tree just broke the surface and what grew in the dark for years. And the height of what's appearing is directly connected to the depth of what was there. The root system and the invisible season. The root system that I thought was punishment was the foundation season. The root system that built roots deep enough to hold a destiny that cannot be. From every year I spent underground, watching everyone else's trees grow while mine was invisible, and I questioned whether any fruit system and the crown. The root system, just broke through. And the tree is rising, and the depth of the roots guarantees that this tree will never fall. The root system, the root system, the root system, the root system. The tree is rising. Every building has a night guard, someone who watches while everyone else sleeps, patrolling the hallways, checking the lock, shining the flashlight into every corner of the dark. And God is your night guard, walking the perimeter of your life while your eyes are closed, checking every door, securing every window, leaving no breach in the park. The night guard doesn't wake you to report, he handles the threat and you sleep through the whole thing. And by morning, the danger has been dealt with in the silent hours. He who watches over Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. The night guard of heaven has no shift change, no coffee break, no closing of the towers. You slept through attacks last night that you'll never know about. The night guard intercepted the threat before it reached your door while you dream. And the night guard says, sleep in peace, I'm walking the perimeter, and nothing gets past me that isn't screamed. He who watches over you will not slumber. The night guard patrols tonight, and the threats you never knew about were handled before the morning light. The night guard, I slept through attacks I'll never know about, because God was patrolling the perimeter of my life while my eyes were closed. The night guard, no shift change, no coffee break, no breaking coverage. The guard who watches over me never slumbers and never dozes. He checks every door, secures every window, intercepts every threat before it reaches my bedroom in the night. The night guard, and the dangers I'll never know about were handled by the one who never turns off the light. The night guard protected Daniel in the lion's den. Daniel slept while the lions' mouths were held shut by an invisible hand in the pit. The night guard protected the Israelites while the death angel passed over Egypt. The blood on the doorpost was the night guard's checkpoint, and nothing got past it. The night guard protected Elisha's city while an army surrounded them. The servant panicked at sunrise, but the night guard had already deployed angel armies on the hill. And the night guard says the threats you can't see are the threats I've already handled, and the attacks that come in the dark hit my shield before they reach your windowsill. Your night guard is walking the perimeter right now, checking the locks, securing the entry points, intercepting what you can't see coming tonight. And the night guard says close your eyes, rest. Tomorrow morning you'll wake up safe, and you'll never know what I fought in the night. The night guard, I slept through attacks I'll never know about, because God was patrolling the perimeter of my life while my eyes were closed. The night guard, no shift change, no coffee break, no breaking coverage. The guard who watches over me never slumbers and never dozes. Eyes closed, guard acted, threats handled before I asked it. The perimeter secured and sealed. The night guard is my shield. The night guard, I woke up this morning not knowing what was intercepted while I slept, but the perimeter is secure, and every threat was handled before I opened my eyes. The night guard, and the God who never slumbers, walk my hallways all night, checking every lock, shining light into every shadow, and no danger survived his sight. From every night I lay awake, afraid of what the darkness might bring, not knowing God was already patrolling, and every threat was being intercepted at the door. The night guard, I'm sleeping tonight because the one who watches over me never closes his eyes, and his shift will never be over. The night guard, the night guard, he never sleeps.
Yeah. Firewall is a digital barrier that blocks malicious attacks from reaching your system. It runs silently
in the background, filtering every threat before it touches your data inside. And God has a firewall around your life, running silently, filtering what's trying to reach you, blocking attacks you never see. And the firewall decides what gets access and what's denied. The firewall doesn't announce every blocked attack. It handles thousands silently, and you keep working without knowing what was intercepted in the code. The enemy sends viruses of fear, doubt, accusation, and confusion every single day. But the firewall of God catches them before they infect your road. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and the firewall is the reason the weapon doesn't land. It gets caught in the filter before it reaches the hard drive of your mind. And the firewall says the attacks are real, but they're being blocked, filtered, quarantined. And what reaches you has been approved by the God who designed. No weapon formed against you shall prosper tonight. And the firewall blocks what the enemy sends before it reaches your sight. Hey! The firewall, the attacks against my life are real, but God's firewall catches them before they reach my system and corrupt my peace. Oh, the firewall, viruses of fear, doubt, and accusation get quarantined before they infect my mind, and the protection doesn't cease. Hey, running silently in the background, filtering every threat every day without me knowing how much was blocked in the stream. The firewall, and no weapon formed against me prospers, because the firewall catches it between the launch and the screen. The firewall blocked Balaam's curse before it reached Israel. Balaam tried 3 times to send the virus, but the firewall converted every curse into a blessing instead. The firewall blocked Haman's plot before it reached the Jews. The virus of extermination was intercepted by Esther, and the attacker was destroyed in his own thread. The firewall blocked Pharaoh's decree. The virus of death for every Hebrew baby was intercepted by a basket in the river, and Moses survived the deletion attempt. And the firewall says the attacks get more sophisticated, but the firewall is always one step ahead, and nothing is exempt. Your firewall is running right now, blocking attacks in real time. The enemy is launching viruses, but every single one is being caught in the filter of God's hand. Hey, and the firewall says the attacks will keep coming, but none of them will land. The firewall, the attacks against my life are real, but God's firewall catches them before they reach my system and corrupt my peace. Oh, yeah. The firewall, viruses of fear, doubt, and accusation get quarantined before they infect my mind, and the protection doesn't cease. Oh, locked and filtered, locked and quarantined. The virus failed, my system is clean. No weapon prospers, the firewall stands, running silently in God's hands. The firewall, the attacks that were launched against my life today were blocked before they reached my system, and the virus that was supposed to destroy me got quarantined by the hand of God. The firewall, and the enemy who keeps launching new attacks keeps getting the same result: blocked, filtered, denied. Because no weapon prospers against the wrong. From every attack I didn't know about, and every virus that tried to infect my peace, my joy, and my future, that was silently caught by the firewall. The firewall is running and the system is clean, and no weapon formed against me will ever reach my all. The firewall, the firewall, the firewall, system protected.
poison has an antidote. And the antidote is always made from the same substance as the poison. The thing that hurt you carries the cure inside it. God never allows a wound without hiding the medicine in the same chapter. Share this with someone who needs peaceful music today. This sound was made to be passed on. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Psalm 147 verse 3.
Every poison has an antidote, and the science says the antidote is often made from the same substance as the poison that almost killed the patient on the bed. And the thing that hurt you the most carries the cure inside it. The wound and the medicine live in the same chapter, the same verse, the same thread. The antidote to rejection is the next acceptance. The antidote to betrayal is the next loyalty. The antidote to failure is the next success, hiding behind the same door. The antidote doesn't come from a different story. It comes from the same story. The next page of the same chapter that wounded you holds the cure and more. He heals the broken-hearted and binds up their wounds, and the binding is the antidote applied directly to the place where the poison entered the vein. And the antidote says the cure is closer than you think, because it lives in the same room as the pain. He heals the broken-hearted and binds up and the antidote was hiding in the same chapter as the wound in the light. The antidote, the cure for my pain, was hiding in the same chapter as the wound and the medicine was made from the same substance that hurt me. The antidote, rejection produced acceptance. Betrayal produced loyalty, failure produced success, and the poison became the remedy that set me free. The wound and the cure live in the same room, and the antidote was always one page after the poison on the shelf. The antidote, and the God who allowed the wound already prepared the medicine in the same chapter for my health. Joseph's poison was his brother's betrayal. The antidote was the same brothers bowing before him in Egypt, needing the food only he could provide in the heart. The cross was the poison, the most toxic event in history, death and shame and agony. But the antidote was resurrection from the same ground where the body had its fall. Paul's poison was the thorn in his flesh, and the antidote was the revelation that God's grace is sufficient. The weakness became the platform for the power to land. And the antidote says stop running from the wound, the medicine is inside it. And the God who allowed the poison already prepared the cure from the same hand. Your poison is real, the pain is genuine, the wound is deep, but the antidote is in the same chapter, and the cure is being activated right now. And the antidote says the thing that hurt you the most is about to heal you the most, and that's the holy vow. Antidote, the cure for my pain, was hiding in the same chapter as the wound and the medicine was made from the same substance that hurt me. The antidote, rejection produced acceptance. Betrayal produced loyalty. Failure produced success, and the poison became the remedy that set me free. Same chapter, different verse. The poison came, the cure reversed. The wound held, the medicine too.
The antidote is
breaking through.
the antidote.
Medicine
Just activated and the cure was hiding in the same chapter as the wound the whole time. And the poison that almost killed me just became my healing.
the antidote.
And the God who allowed the wound prepared the cure on the same page. And the substance that hurt me is the same substance that's healing. From every wound I ran, from not knowing, the antidote was inside the same chapter. And the medicine was made from the same pain that broke me.
The antidote
Just took effect and the healing is coming from the place I least expected. And the cure has spoken to me.
the antidote.
The antidote,
The antidote.
the cure was in the wound.
Before a new building goes up, the construction crew clears the lot, tears down the old structure, removes the rubble, digs out the foundation, and the clearing looks like destruction to everyone passing by on the street. And God is clearing your lot right now, removing what was on the land before, tearing down old structures. And the clearance looks like loss, but it's preparation for what He's about to build at your feet. The clearance is the relationship that ended, the job that was taken, the friendship that dissolved, the plan that collapsed. Every removal felt like punishment, but it was the crew clearing the lot for the new design. The clearance requires demolition before construction, and the sound of tearing down sounds like the sound of falling apart, but it's the sound of making room for the divine. Make room, enlarge the place of your tent, stretch your curtains wide, because what's about to be built requires more space than the old structure occupied. And the clearance says the loss was the demolition team making room for the upgrade, and nothing has been denied. Enlarge the place of your tent, Stretch your curtains wide tonight.
and the clearance that looked like loss was the construction crew making room for the new side. The clearance,
What looked like destruction was the construction crew
tearing down old structures
to make room
for what God is about.
to build on my lot.
The
The
clearance,
clearance,
the removal, the loss
the demolition,
was the clearing of the land, and the
blueprint
is bigger than what was.
previously on the spot.
Enlarge the place of your tent, the new structure needs more space, and the old building had to come down first to build.
The clearance,
And the rubble on my lot is proof that construction is about to begin, and the promise will be fulfilled. God cleared the lot of Egypt from Israel's life. 400 years of old structures torn down in one night, and the clearance made room for a promised land that was 40 times bigger than the slave quarters they had known. God cleared the lot to Saul from David's path, years of hiding in caves while the old king was being removed, and the clearance made room for a throne. God cleared the lot of the old covenant, the temple curtain tore from top to bottom. The old structure came down, and the clearance made room for grace that had no walls or ceiling. And the clearance says the bigger the removal, the bigger the replacement. And the demolition you're watching is proof that the new blueprint is beyond your current feeling. Your lot is being cleared right now.
the old
Structures are coming down.
and the noise.
Sounds like chaos, but it's construction
on the spot.
Torn down
To build up,
old removed.
new fills the cup.
The rubble clears, the
Blueprint unfolds.
The clearance is making room for gold. The clearance, the old structures are down and the lot is clear. And I can finally see the size of the land that God has been preparing. And the blueprint is massive and beyond anything I imagined. While the old building stood,
The clearance
and the demolition that I mourned as loss was the most expensive construction prep. Because what's about to be built on this lot is permanently good. From every wall that fell and every structure that was torn down, and every removal I grieved,
not knowing the construction crew.
was clearing the lot for something greater.
The clearance
Is complete and the blueprint is unfolding. And what God is building on this clear land is greater than anything before. And it's a new equator. The clearance,
The clearance
construction begins. Construction begins.
A scaffold is a temporary structure built around a building under construction. It's ugly, it blocks the view, and everyone who walks by sees metal bars and tarps instead of the beauty being built inside. But the scaffold is temporary. It comes down when the building is finished. And the day the scaffold falls, the world sees for the first time what was being constructed inside that they couldn't identify. Your life has a scaffold around it right now. The struggles, the confusion, the uncertainty, they're the temporary structure that's supporting the construction happening on the inside of your walls. The scaffold is not the building.
The scaffold
Is what holds the building together while the mortar dries and the paint cures and the final details are installed
in the halls.
For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus
To do good works
And the scaffold is the temporary structure around the handiwork while it's still being finished and refined. And the scaffold says, don't judge the building by the scaffold.
The scaffold is temporary
And what's being built behind it is one of a kind. For we are God's handiwork.
The scaffold is temporary tonight.
And the building being constructed behind the bars and tops is about to be revealed in the light. Oh,
The scaffold
the temporary structure around my life is not the building.
is what holds the building together.
While God finishes the construction inside.
The scaffold
The struggles are the metal bars, the confusion is the dark, but behind them a masterpiece is being completed, and it
can't be denied.
The scaffold is coming down, the tops are about to fall, and the world is about to see what was being built behind the ugly exterior.
For the first time,
The scaffold and the beauty behind the bars is worth every day. The scaffold stood and covered the design. Yeah. Joseph's scaffold was the prison.
ugly
Nobody could see the prime in sinister,
being built behind the bar.
but when the scaffold fell, Egypt saw the finished product of the dream. Paul's scaffold was the shipwrecks, the beatings, the imprisonment.
Nobody could see
The apostle being built behind the suffering, but the epistles revealed what was constructed in the seam. The caterpillar scaffold is the cocoon,
ugly wrapped in silk,
nobody can see the butterfly
being formed inside.
but when the scaffold breaks, the wings unfold in the wind. And the scaffold says the temporary ugliness is protecting the permanent beauty.
And the day
The scaffold falls, the world will see what God designed within. Your scaffold is about to come down. Construction is nearly complete. The mortar is dry, the paint is cured, and the final details are in place to be shown. And the scaffold says, get ready,
the tops are falling,
and what the world is about to see will take their breath and make the beauty known. The scaffold, the temporary structure around my life, is not the building,
it's what holds the building together.
while God finishes the construction inside. Ha, ha, ha. And the
Scaffold,
The struggles are the metal bars, the confusion is the tarp, but behind them a masterpiece is being completed, and it can't be denied. Temporary bars, permanent beauty.
the scaffold holds,
While God does his duty, the tarps will fall, the bars come down, the building revealed, the beauty unbound.
the scaffold,
The tops just fell, and the metal bars just came down, and the world is seeing for the first time what was being built behind the temporary ugliness this whole season.
the scaffold,
And the struggles that looked like my identity were just the scaffold, and the building behind them is a masterpiece built by God for a reason. From every day I confused the scaffold for the building and thought the ugliness was permanent, and the metal bars were my destiny and my frame. The scaffold just came down, and what was behind it changes everything, and the beauty was worth every day. The scaffold covered my name. The scaffold, the building is revealed.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Before a phone receives a call, it needs a signal. Without the signal, the call exists but can't reach you. The person on the other end is dialing, but your phone shows no service and no bars. And God has been calling you,
Dialing your number,
but the signal was weak. The interference of worry, fear and distraction blocked the connection from reaching through the stars. The signal is your awareness, your spiritual reception, the ability to hear what God is transmitting to your spirit through the noise of everyday life on the ground. When Elijah listened for God's voice, it wasn't in the earthquake or the fire or the wind. It was in the still small voice, and the signal required silence to be found. The signal gets stronger when the noise gets quieter, and the message God has been trying to deliver
just needs your reception to clear up for the download. And the signal says turn down the noise,
Get still.
the call has been waiting, and the message is about to come through on the road. Be still and know that I am God. The signal clears when the noise goes quiet tonight. And the call that's been trying to reach you just needs one bar of reception to come through in the light.
The signal.
God has been calling, but the interference of noise and worry
Block the signal.
from reaching my spirit with the sound.
The signal.
The call exists, the message is ready, the transmission is strong, but the reception on my end
Needs the noise turned down.
be still, and the signal clears. One bar is enough, and the message that's been waiting in the tower just needs a clear connection to the ground.
The signal.
And the noise is getting quieter, and the bars are appearing, and the call is coming through right now with the deepest sound. Samuel heard the signal 3 times before he recognized it. God was calling, but the boy didn't have the reception tuned to the right frequency. In the temple hall, Moses saw the signal in a burning bush. The signal required him to turn aside, to stop walking, to get curious. And when he stopped, the reception cleared, and he heard the call. The Magi received the signal through a star, a frequency that required them to look up, and the star led them to the exact location where the king was born that night. And the signal says God transmits on multiple frequencies, dreams, visions, whispers, circumstances, people. But reception requires you to get still and turn down the noise and find the right height. Your signal is clearing right now. The bars are appearing, the interference is dropping, and the call that's been trying to reach you is about to come through clear tonight. And the signal says, be still. The message God has for you is worth everything, and the reception is almost perfect in the light. Ooh, the signal. God has been calling, but the interference of noise and worry
Block the signal.
from reaching my spirit with the sound.
The signal.
The call exists, the message is ready, the transmission is strong, but the reception on my end
Needs the noise turned down.
noise fading,
Bars rising.
the signal clears,
Not surprising.
be still, the call comes through,
The signal connects.
the message is true. Ooh, yeah.
The signal.
The noise just went quiet, and the bars are full, and the call that God has been trying to send me just came through clear for the first time. And the message changes everything.
The signal.
And the God who speaks through whispers and stars and burning bushes has been transmitting this whole time. And my reception finally caught the ring. From every day I complained that God wasn't speaking, not knowing He was calling constantly. But the noise of my worry blocked the signal from reaching the phone. The signal is clear, and the message is through, and the call I almost missed just changed my life, and I'm no longer alone.
The signal.
The signal,
The signal.
the call